This is the first installment of a little vlog series, a video log series I'm going to do. Be my beekeeper video log series. Just my day-to-day. Actually, probably not going to do it day-to-day. It's just going to be of my month-to-month, what I'm doing in my beekeeping yard. So it's springtime. You can tell as this red bud over here just blooming its bud off with the bees and the bumblebees working it. Temperatures were just right. If you look over here in this little video clip, morels are popping. And if you guys are in any place where morels are, get out and look for them. Temperatures around 60s, 70s, 80s in the daytime. Hopefully you got more moisture than I did because I only found a handful of them. Fortunate. But let's get to the stuff here. We're going to do some beekeeping. I'm going to show you today a few things of what I've done with my dead outs and what I'm doing now with my hives as they're starting to build up for the spring. Let's quit farting around. Let's just go straight to it. Oh wow! Look at this henbit. White henbit, guys. Look at that. This is what it normally looks like. That's a first for me. I've never seen that before. All right, guys. I forgot a little thing in the last clip. If you guys are interested in finding morels, wait till the end of the video and I'll put over in one of my little video cards a link to the other video. Let's get into this hive. So right now we have red buds, plum trees, dogwoods, henbit, dandelions. What else we got in bloom? Maple trees have already come and gone. So we got a lot of pollen and nectar coming in, and this hive has just exploded. It wasn't this single. And what I did with my dead outs is this is my dead out here, and this is also my dead out. So I had huge losses this last winter on my mistake. I overfed my hives and I wasn't prepared for them to not bring in as much fall nectar as they did. They brought a lot of fall nectar in, and so they were completely packed out and went into winter way too heavy with honey, and they just couldn't get to a big enough size. They stayed too small. Negative temperatures came in and just wiped all my colonies out. But I think I made a good move on my dead outs. So what I did here, this would be my top box, which will eventually become my honey box. I probably already got honey in here. And so if you see, these are labeled. I like to label my frames. This is foundation frames that I've labeled. And this EX is for extracted frames. So these frames are from my dead out, and what I've done is I've extracted the sugar honey mixture, and you can see there it's a completely extracted frame, and I've put them back onto the hive to fill up. And actually looks like they're working on this one here. There's actually a little bit of nectar going into that side. Maybe a little work going on here too. Oh yeah, see there's some nectar. Some bees taking in nectar right there into the hive.
Oh, I can't see it on my screen.
So some nectar coming in on this side too. No eggs yet. But what I'm trying to do here is give the bees enough space, because I'm going to be taking vacation for basically the entire April. And I don't want these hives to get way too packed off and swarm off on me while I'm gone. So what I've done here is, this is their original colony. We'll start taking boxes off so I can show you. I took my dead out, which is this box, And what I've done is I've put one foundation frame on the outside to allow for growth that gives them a place to build on. 2 honey frames for the H's. These are from the dead out. It looks like they're backfilling it with nectar. I'm almost positive that's what they're doing here. Anyways, 2 honey frames, and then I've put 3 extracted frames in the center to allow that queen to come up. She can lay in these. The bees can put a ring of honey around them, and that gives them space because this box, it's the identical setup. 2 honey frames surrounding 3 extracted frames, foundation for them to expand into. Woo, it's heavy. Oh yeah, look at all that nectar right there in the center of that. Oh, I got a camera on me too. Look at all that nectar there. So they are backfilling this, which is good. And what do we got over here? Nectar bees as well on the other side. Perfect. So once they fill these up, whatever they fill up extra is mine. Woo, look at that pollen. That is one solid frame of pollen. Beautiful. It's actually got a few eggs and larvae starting in the center of it. Same thing over here. We got all eggs on this side. Down in those. And bees around the corners working it. Gorgeous. Did you see that pollen? Look at that pollen.
Where?
The whole thing. You don't see all that pollen in there?
Yeah.
That's all pollen. That is beautiful. It's gonna explode. This hive's just gonna take right off. It's amazing what this hive looked like just a month ago, you know what? Too bad I didn't have all mine make it. Look at there. Here's some captive brood. Oh, beautiful. Look at that. That is gorgeous. There's actually a few drone going in, which is great. Surrounded by some honey, pollen. Look at all the eggs and larvae. That is just beautiful. What we got on this side? Same thing. Loads of pollen. There she is. Wow. This hive's about to explode. You know what? It's impressive. It's a good thing that we've set them up the way we've set them up. I'm actually just going to go ahead and push that frame over so that queen doesn't get squished. Alright, we'll go to another one, and I can already see that there's capped brood on both sides of this. Look at that. Look at, they don't like this frame. They're building this wonky stuff. And just, that's full of drone. Go ahead and just pull that off there. Pull this one off too. Okay. Look at all that ring of honey around the edge they're working on. You want to try some of that? Let's try some of that. Huh? See what it tastes like. I usually carry a spoon inside my pouch. Do a little tasting. Ooh, that's beautiful looking. Hmm? What's it taste like?
Like, I don't know. It's really light.
Hmm.
Like, I don't know. I like it. It's just really light. It's not.
Yeah. Needs a lot of work, okay. I mean, there's loads of drone in here. I need to check this frame here. Why are they doing that?
Doing what?
Acting like they're queenless. Look at them.
I don't know, but they seem like clean.
I ain't even smoked it. Let's check this one. Because that's the one I pulled all the stuff off of just to make sure there's no like rogue queen cells or something on it. Look at all the drones. She went drone crazy on this one. Wow. Sure don't like that frame, do they? That's why I've been waxing all mine, because these don't have wax on them anymore. Looks the same, doesn't it? Velcro. It's the same. I like it. I don't know. Okay. We're done in this box. You want to take a peek down below? See what's going on? Just take a peek. See if it's as great as this one does. Oh, it's freaking gorgeous. Look at them. I bet this one's covered with honey. See all these bees working it? I wonder if they're drawing this foundation. Wow, they're drawing that foundation out. It's working perfect. So now you can see why I did this. When the bees need room, they'll just move right over, start drawing that out. You can see how they're bundled up there. That's what those bees are doing. It won't be long. Loads of pollen. Loads of eggs. Won't be long, she'll be working on that side. Okay, I like this hive. It's doing great. Queen sound in here. The other side. There's a lot of honey coming in. Won't be long. I'll bet you when we get back on vacation, they'll be up in here. In the next 2 weeks, they'll be up in this box. What I'm gonna do, you can see all these extracted frames were originally my dead outs, and they were, I mean, I've extracted, what's that? What do I got? I got 6 5-gallon buckets of honey sugar syrup mix that I've extracted out of these. And I'm storing all that. I'm gonna refeed it back. Most of it's around 16% moisture, so it's not gonna ferment. A few buckets were a little high. They still had some wet syrup in them. I went ahead and put those in the freezer. So, but that will all get fed back to at the winter. And what this allows me to do, because the bees are not gonna consume that, this allows me to give them room, because if I would have left them with all that honey on here, it wouldn't have been long. As you can see how fast they built up. that these would have been making queen cells and flying off. So you guys, you can probably do like I do. You can't sell that stuff. We'll just refeed it back to them at the end of the year, and I mean, it's never going to go bad. If I don't use it all, I'll just use it again next year and next year. Just make sure you never extract the frames that you feed them into. But what we're going to do here is once they move into this top box, we'll shake the queen back down, put a queen excluder on. That'll allow this to hatch out and explode this hive with bees, and then they can fill this completely up. This will be my honey super, and then later in the year we'll make a split with this top one and put some queen cells in it. That's a later video.